Luxury. What is luxury? Is it fine linens? Is it diamond rings? I don't know. But what I do know is Volvo just isn't for your grandma anymore. Hi, I'm Kyle with Volvo of Mission Viejo, and I'm here to show you the brand new Volvo S90. In this video, I'm going to show you all the cool things Volvo's added to this beautiful car. I'm going to go over all the packages so you know exactly what you're buying when you walk on the lot, and then I'm going to drive it, and it's going to make you question why you even considered buying anything else. So let me show you the new standard of luxury with the brand new Volvo S90. Anybody who's familiar with luxury cars knows that the grille is the face of the brand. Volvo's new grille design is a homage to the classic cars of their past, but it's also a nod to its future. Now, along those same lines, the full LED headlights and the Thor's Hammer, and yes, you did hear me correctly, they're called Thor's Hammer LED daytime running lights, are some of the prettiest I've ever seen. You can tell Volvo has put a lot of thought into the body styling of their new S90. They've given the car a very wide and low profile that keeps a very muscular stance, but also doesn't lose anything from the hyper luxurious feel that they want to put out. This car has an inscription package, which you can tell by the subtle yet very classic looking logo that's located on the car. Now, it comes standard with 19-inch rims, but the one I have here has the upgraded 20s, which in my opinion, I wouldn't even consider getting without because it makes this car a real head turner. If you're familiar with the Volvo brand, you'll recognize a lot of these things that they first introduced with the new XC90. This has more screens than a spaceship, and everything can be done with the screens or with the minimalistic buttons that you see in the car. Now, it combines classic elegance with state-of-the-art technology. So everything from the beautiful inscription logo that's embroidered into your headrest to these Bowers & Wilkins audio system that is not only beautiful to look at, but I'm sure sounds fantastic as well, really gives you a driving experience and a look that really hasn't ever been seen before. And that's something that I really love about this car. It's very important to Volvo to make their customers feel special. One way they do this is their immaculate attention to detail, which you can see with the little Swedish flags located on the seats or the cool little Volvo logos that are embedded in each one of your lights. Not only are the taillights beautiful, but the back end of the car itself gives it a very sharp, luxurious look that really completes the look of the vehicle. They've have these very minimalistic flush to the bumper sensors, and something that's special to the West Coast, where I am, is that all the S90s that are going to be released out here have chrome tip tailpipes, and we're lucky enough to have one here today to show you. All right. Favorite part of all the videos is when I get to drive this, and this is such a nice, beautiful, luxurious car. This is just a real one-of-a-kind experience. And I would know, I've sat in a lot of these. So, from the beautiful, LCD screen, my dashboard's all digital. I can turn on my navigation screen and have it in the center, as well as my tachometer and speedometer. I can change the color of these things. And that's even before you start driving the car. So it's a really awesome experience. It's got heads-up display. It's just a beautiful car to look at. I would love to drive this car every day. It's got an air ride suspension, so it is super, super comfortable. And fun fact for you, by 2020, Volvo has a commitment to their brand that any vehicle made by Volvo after 2020 will not have any serious injuries or any deaths. And, they even say that nobody's died in a Volvo yet. Don't quote me on that, I don't have a source, but I do have from straight out of my Volvo representative's mouth that after 2020, they have a commitment that there will be no serious injuries or deaths, which for a car company, that's a very big commitment. So the fact that they have such confidence in their technology really should make you feel confident in it as well. Switching drive modes. Usually it's like a pretty simple button that you would push, but the button to switch your drive modes, when I was talking about immaculate attention to detail, the button to switch drive modes is even beautiful in itself. Like, it's sculpted, it's chrome. You know, for something so small as just changing the way the car drives, they put so much thought into how this little knob looks, and you just really appreciate that when you're in the car. It's got a sport mode as well as a comfort and eco mode, so you really can drive this any way you want. For all my commuters out there, you spend a lot of time, people that live in California, on the 5 or the 405 or your respective highway or interstate, you'll really like the adaptive cruise control. It'll follow to a complete stop. So like right now I have it set at 80 miles an hour, but it's not going any faster than 58 because I have the follow distance set. And all the other features that, you know, are telling me, like my blind spot indicators are on, so I can't switch lanes, but the car feels very safe. It's got this really cool feature called Pilot Assist. So it basically drives the car for you. So, and now it's gonna yell at me in like 15 seconds to put my hands on the wheel because, again, people, drive your cars. Keep your hands on the wheel, pay attention to what you're doing, always check your blind spots. These things they're assistants. They're not, you know, my light's not on, so I'm gonna go for it. But you know, oh, it's yelling at me. Apply steering. So it knows when I'm touching it, and as soon as I touch it, you know, it knows that I'm in control again. But the Pilot Assist is cool, man. Like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not operating nothing. It is completely driving by itself. And see, I'd climb into the back seat, but I won't. There's a touchscreen in the back, so all your passengers can control their climate and heated seats with a touchscreen in the second seat. That's how fancy this is. Hats off to Volvo for just getting it right the first time. This is the first edition of this car. In a world where car manufacturers all put up hype and make a lot of promises and rarely deliver, it's nice to see something that's like hyped up and completely delivered. Like, they didn't pull any punches. They put all this money and time and clearly sweat, blood, and tears into the interior of this car. The new Volvo S90 comes in 2 different engine options. There's a T5, which is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and it gets 250 horsepower and 258 pound-foot of torque. That's a front-wheel drive model. And then the T6 still has a 2-liter, but is a turboed and supercharged 2-liter that gets 316 horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque. And it is an all-wheel drive car, so you can drive it in all sorts of terrain and inclement weather. And the fact that they get that much horsepower and torque out of the same 2-liter engine is beyond me. That's a pretty sweet feat of engineering, if you ask me. The 2-liter, the T5, gets about 24 to 34 miles per gallon, your average, you know, high 20s. And the T6 is 22 in the city and 32 on the highway because of the supercharged engine. So the T5 will get you a little bit better gas mileage, but they both, you know, are, as far as fuel efficiency goes in the segment, are very, very good. So both the T5 and T6 come standard with a lot of great features, but if you're looking for the upgraded models, you're going to be looking for the Inscription package. It is a $3,500 option on the T5 and a $3,300 option on the T6, and that's going to give you those Thor's Hammer LED daytime running lights I love so much. It's going to give you ventilated leather seats, 4-zone climate control, and then it's going to give you their Apple CarPlay and USB hub for my Android users. Those are both the main upgrades on the T5 and the T6. Otherwise, there's individual packages you can get. The Vision package is $19.50, and it's going to give you the really cool 360-degree monitor that combines all the cameras and the blind spot indicators. There is a Climate package that gives you your awesome heads-up display that had all those, you know, the speedometer and like the speed limit features. It's going to give you heated rear seats and a heated steering wheel. And then there is a convenience package for $1,000 that'll give you the power open and close trunk, as well as the park assist for the parallel and front side parking, which I demoed and blew my mind, which was very cool as well. Thank you guys very much for taking the time to watch our video and checking out the brand new S90 with me. I know I'm certainly a new potential Volvo customer. So if you'd like to see our inventory or come in to check out the car yourself, please check out our website at volvomv.com. Again, that's volvomv.com. Thank you again.